Mm.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's time for Mechton. Sorry about that because,
Ah,
I'm a very great professional and the noise, the thing was hiding behind the thing and therefore I didn't see the thing, which is a very technical term I understand. But, but, let's start that again with on my left on the overlay with Lynn. Hey, Lynn. Who are you? Who are you playing? And then we'll get into the juicy stuff.
hey, I'm Lynn, Gremlin Art, she, her, and I am playing Vantage Lightning Moraine, also she, her, youngest member of the Starblade Battalion, and just found out she is surrounded by family, including a brother she didn't know she had, who conveniently is also on this part of this team. It's complicated.
Yes, indeed. A very complicated relationships. Speaking of that, brother, directly below Lynn on the overlay, that leads us to a wonderful, fabulous hello, Eddie. Welcome
Hi,
back.
thanks for having me. Yeah, so I'm Eddie Freeman. You can find me on the Pixel on the socials at Pixel Knitter. Um, and I'm going to be playing once again Rowan Rex Rossi, which we found out was Vantage's uh, old surname or alternative family surname. Uh, we have a family of spies that seem to be switching back and forth between things, and well, let's just say that was an interesting wedding.
Yeah, but it didn't happen, so it's not a wedding.
True. I mean, wedding. Was
Yeah.
it a white wedding?
Well, it definitely wasn't a red one, although people tried to make it such. Um,
True.
Pope, I
That
see
was
that
an
look like you're
adventure.
giving me. I see that look you're giving me. Hey, you're next up, anyways. How you doing? Welcome back. How you feeling?
Hey everybody, Pope here. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in space. It's good to be back playing Adam Watcher Wingfield. And yeah, no, it's what's not good is the fact that Xavier ran off. Um, Individuals of ill renown from Adam's past have plans and have resurfaced, and yeah, but as of right now, everyone that he's recently seen is alive, so that's good.
Yes, there are people who are alive. And
Sorry.
people from your past. All these good things. Hey PB, speaking of good things, how are you? How you doing? How's life going for you?
Hi, I'm doing well. I'm PB, and I'm excited to be back and playing Calix Leo Mitsley, part of the Mitsley twins. And I am very excited to get on and see, how lives are ruined, people living or dying. We'll find out. We'll find out how it goes.
Yes, there are lots of people living, dying, breathing all over the, well, universe. It's a great transition. Thanks, PB. I appreciate it. So, when we left season 1, there was a wedding that didn't happen, a some family revelations, some romantic entanglements that became re-entangled, romantic entanglements that got unentangled, maybe, possibly. Well, death is merely a state of being. As we say in Witcher on this game, on this channel. And so, things could be very permanent or not so permanent. We don't know. We'll find out. But lots of things have been changing. Lots of things have been happening. Lots of, well, secrets being revealed, people discovering new things. And each and every one of you had this wonderful little opportunity to have a little bit of a solo episode in between seasons that we did. As a good jump to our, 3-month time skip. 6 months, 6 months time skip. And when we left those, we left with the certain current events. Xavier Moraine, the oldest brother of Lightning and Rex, and current romantic entanglement of Watcher, was off to Charybdis to do a little investigating of some possible secrets, possible missing persons. An individual named Duncan seems to be missing. Watcher couldn't go with because, well, unfortunately, Watcher decided to call an orbital strike on his location at a bar. Poor bar. It didn't do anything to deserve to be destroyed in that manner. Except possibly host a local personage that Watcher really was convinced that an orbital strike would fix. But Rex found out that this individual wasn't, well, someone wasn't as dead from that bar as we thought. And they left that planet, did some damage, escaped. We're gonna pick up 2 days after that. By this point, between Kay's tender mercies and his own special secrets, Watcher is up and around. I'm quite sure it's not entirely perfect, but up and around and moving and breathing. Day after 3-day-old bruises are always the worst kind of feeling, even if you're no longer actually in any danger. Where do we find everyone? Where do we find you, Lightning?
I imagine Lightning is probably doing some work on her Mecton, her Mecton Amethyst. Whether or not like updating certain pieces or hopefully hoping that she'll get some upgrades from the stuff that she got in. Also, she's hiding from everyone else at the moment.
So you're working on the mech itself in the cargo bay, in the flight deck. Sorry, not cargo bay, flight deck. There are a couple people in and out. It's quiet almost for today. There's still a couple glances that you get from a little bit of the crew who had heard that awkward conversation.
That's kind of why she's there. You're up there, a good 15 feet above where people are. You just want to be a little away. Still a little embarrassed. The little like family blow up that happened on the flight deck.
Against a bulkhead. Because
good. It's like a microphone. It was everyone could hear every word incredibly clearly. So she is doing work / sulking a bit.
Work / sulking. Okay. At this point, I need to ask for an awareness notice roll because you're sulking.
Okay, where we are.
First roll.
First roll. All right,
Don't fuck it up.
here we go.
Ooh,
18.
18. Even though I would assume, like, this is the case of, like, you're sulking but not, you know, you're sulking but you're still aware of everything that's going around and being said around you. Most of the flight crew isn't really, they kind of give you that slightly odd look and then kind of refocus. There hasn't really been a lot of people who care. It's not that they don't care, but they're not getting themselves overly involved in something that's not really their business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there might be a couple people who'd be like, are you okay? Okay, cool. Your brother was hot though. That level of conversation. But you're putting
Which brother?
Which brother? Yeah,
Yeah, I was
which one?
gonna
They
say,
both
it's
did.
like-
No, I mean, there's
Specify.
only one now, but like, up until like a day or two ago, there were two of them. So.
That wasn't specified.
Okay. Yep.
It could be either at this point, really. I mean, but there's a lot of disquiet going on. There's a sense of unease among the crew. Nothing anyone can really put a finger on, but you sense it. You can feel it. It's not focused on you. It's just
in general.
in general.
Things. And we word's kind of gone back what happened with Watcher and all that stuff down there too, right?
Watcher called for an orbital strike from the Starblade.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's the Starblade fired on him.
Yeah. Concerning stuff.
And then Rex went down with Mawar to see if they could find out what the heck was going on, any of that.
That's another triangle she needs to stay out of. She needs to like not get drawn into, is like that whole like what is
Triangles?
happening. Yeah.
What triangles? I don't know
What
about
that
these
situation?
triangles.
That situation.
Oh.
Fraternizing with the maintenance crew. Hopefully it stays good. That's all Vantage is thinking. It's gonna get awkward if it doesn't.
Awkward is a question. But yeah. Speaking of awkward. Hey, PB, I got a question. Where's Leo this morning?
You know, there's a certain bedroom that Leo is located in this morning.
So is this bedroom you're awakening in the one that you were possibly deposited in after, you know, coffee was administered?
Probably. Hopefully, someone felt guilty enough to drop me off somewhere they could watch me sleep.
Guilty. I don't know that guilty was a question.
I mean, at least feeling a little remorseful to have drugged someone that trusted them. All I'm saying is if Socket doesn't have me in her room when I wake up, Miss Lee's going to be very, very upset.
You are in Socket's room when you wake up. She is not there.
Of course. How long have I been out?
About 2 hours.
Oh. That wasn't nearly as strong as I thought it was going to be.
No. She wanted you to take a nap. not, force you into unconsciousness and
For longer than 2 hours.
something might go wrong.
Fair enough, I guess. But yeah, Kairo is nope, that's not my name. Calix is waking up in a socket's room. This
Fully clothed,
time of
except
day.
without your boots
Yeah.
on.
Yes. Absolutely.
Nothing,
And I'll go ahead.
nothing untoward. Just
Yeah, I would expect nothing more from a gentlewoman like Socket. I still wake up upsetty spaghetti about it though. 2 hours doesn't undo that much. Still wake up upsetty. But I'll chill in Socket's room for a while and just lay there for a little longer because, as begrudgingly as I would ever admit, I am tired. So I will take the excuse to lay there for a little longer and maybe make Socket sweat a little bit because I haven't walked out yet. That's what Calix is doing this time of day.
where's Rex?
I've been thinking about this, and I'm trying to remember the last place that they were, because it's been time jump. So good. If you have input,
It's at the end of your session. Is basically where
got
you
it. Quick reminder: were we all drinking because crazy shit went down? Something like that. I seem to
Some of
recall.
you were drinking.
Some of us was drinking. Okay.
Some of you were drinking.
Yeah.
As in, you were drinking, and then your brother said goodbye because he was leaving to
Yes.
go. And he asked you to check in on Watcher. And maybe
Yeah.
not tell Watcher where he was going.
I recall that now. Okay. Yeah, so I think Rex would probably be in an area where you had a great view of space, and maybe where there's a big window, and they're just kind of tapping their pad, trying to think of what to say, and kind of introspective because I think they want to reach out to their brother and check in on them, or kind of prep for that. And I think they've been scanning over Watcher and kind of the sorties they've been on, and kind of their history, and trying to be a better, because I see Rex as kind of a loose commander of the squad, and so he's like, what did I do where the tensions with Watcher were only growing and not, and things like that. So I think trying to figure out how to better approach Watcher so that way, one, he can follow his brother's last request, but also what the fuck just happened.
Last request, isn't that an
That was-
interesting turn of
That was a
phrase?
that was a final ass way of saying that.
Hey, last request of that since they last spoke. There's no finality there. It's still ambiguous. You all just interpreting. You're interpreting.
I'm concerned because he's also my brother. So hey,
Yeah.
don't put the bullseye on him right now.
Most recent request. How about that?
So
But yeah, I think that's where Rex is.
So we find Rex in the, because of course this is an hashtag anime the game. It's that classic entirely well, it had a purpose when the Starblade was a colony ship. A large garden so that you could have as an oxygen producer and reproducer on long colony voyages, with an entirely pointless window that looks out into space because, yes, glass. Uh, but we know it's not actually a window, it's just a projection of a window onto the hull to kind of give the appearance of outdoor and everything that's going to be looking, because we don't want that, safety hazard.
We've developed clear wood. I am certain that in the future we can develop clear steel.
Possibly. Possibly. We can hear you. We see your mouth moving.
Oh, we have solar panels that are clear now. You can use them as windows, solar panel windows.
See, there
Pretty
you
crazy.
go. I still wouldn't want to put one of those on the outside hull of a ship that's going to be under
Yeah.
pressure and vacuum, but you do you. But yes, the projection, it gives the appearance of an open observatory. There are a couple, it's that classically it's slightly curated pathways, gardens, a couple low benches where people can sit under a tree and relax.
I'm totally imagining like this is a contemplative moment where Rex is like looking out into space and like cherry blossoms, for whatever freaking reason we have cherry blossoms in space, just like breeze by, and like where's this breeze coming from? Well, it's because anime.
Hashtag the anime. Hashtag nighttime. Look, it's in the game already.
There's like a wash of like the breeze blowing Rex's hair, and like the camera zooms in. It's like
Yeah, we just don't mention that it's the air circulator intakes kicking on.
yeah. Or it's like oh shit, there's a decompression somewhere.
Anything to keep your mind off anything to make it look like you're outside and not just inside.
Yeah,
a ship.
exactly. Yeah.
But where do we find Watcher, Pope?
At the center of the decompression. Sorry.
Not yet. No, we're leaving the med bay, and I'm fairly certain the conversation that we come in on is, Kay, I appreciate your ministrations and concern, but I do not need a cane.
Which of us has a medical degree?
Kay, I've had worse.
Which of us has a medical degree?
You do.
I says you need the cane.
I don't need the cane.
Would you like me to surgically implant it? Because I can do that, and you wouldn't like where we should end up.
No, thank you, Kay. I'm just going to be carrying it around. I'm not even going to use it.
Good. And then if you fall and face plant, that's a separate issue. But you're going to take the cane. Until you're not walking out that door without it. And I would like to see you try.
Fine, I'll take the cane.
Good. Don't die. Don't call yourself to get shot again. Otherwise, I'm not going to fix you. Let me phrase that. I would revive you just so I can yell at you and then kill you myself.
Noted.
Now go be somebody else's problem.
Walks off. Once the med bay door closes, he's not going to put the cane away because there would be yelling, but instead gritting his teeth through the pain of doing this just because he can, he's going to twirl the cane.
Where are you headed?
He is fairly certain he is going to get more chewings out and needs to get those over with. So the first is going to be to the flight deck so everyone can either A, stare in awe, or B, call him an idiot.
Roll me an awareness notice as you walk into this flight deck. And are you in pain, sir?
Think about having the roughest round of rugby you've ever played, then performing a modern dance recital right after, and that's the degree of pain he's in.
Okay, good. So you're going to take a -2
Okay.
to the awareness because pain is actually causes, in this game, can cause
Penalty.
distraction. That's the word I was looking for.
All right, so modifier and roll 16.
Ooh, not bad. You can hear the kind of mutterings of the crew as you walk by. A couple kind of stop and stare at you as if, damn, man, I didn't know he was up and walking around. Cool. Are you like full board, man?
No.
Couple of those. But you sense also this disquiet, this uncomfortableness that's there. And you will notice. Also, Lightning would have noticed this as well. Gibson isn't yelling at anyone. Like, you don't hear him at all.
Okay, something's deeply wrong.
And then it takes a second. You don't hear Socket's playlist either.
I'm not dead. There's just this loud utterance in the middle of the flight deck.
I think Vantage will stick her head out of the open cockpit and just like watch her.
Yes.
You're up and mobile. Huh, good to see. Should I have not seen you? Should I say that? Did you escape from the infirmary? Is this something I should keep quiet from Kay?
I got the hall pass holding up the cane.
Well, I guess anything you can walk back from. I guess, huh? Exciting.
What's less exciting is I have a feeling that it didn't quite work.
Ah, the people that you know, Watcher. Damn, it's impressive.
It's unfortunately impressive. Where's the chief?
You know, I've been hiding here, so I don't really know. Office?
There's a shot. Oh, and he turns back for a second. The reason the two, he and I, both not good at criticism And we're not necessarily the best with words. But he loves you. And he worries about you.
Well then, apparently he's the only one that you're the only person that he'll open up to if he wants to know. He has a lot of time to make up, so.
Yeah. And that's when he actually uses the cane for a second. Yeah, let's find the chief.
So we're going to take that camera and pan and follow Watcher and Lightning as they make their way through the flight deck. Where are you headed? Where are the two of you headed?
The office. Chief's office.
His office, this kind of modified storeroom just off the flight deck. His door is closed. You can't hear anything really beyond. That's not really uncommon. Just given the pure noise of the flight deck itself, it's really hard to hear anything from beyond unless the door is open.
Wrap the door with the cane.
It makes for that moment that little tinking sound of metal on metal hull. Not really a full knock, but just, a soft little ratcheting sound. You hear no answer.
Is that a I'm not here thing, or is it I don't want to be disturbed close, do you think?
I would normally say don't want to be disturbed, but given recent history, I don't trust it. Ed just gonna turn the doorknob and just try to turn the doorknob and gently open the door.
There isn't a doorknob, it's just a push plate because it.
Oh, well, it's gently presses the push plate and it's just like.
Whoosh. Look, we have Star Trek whoosh doors.
Okay.
That's the door push.
And there's
So,
a
Reimagining the world.
We've always
like-
had them because that was the
No, yeah. It's more just remembering the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of the look. There's an actual purpose to whoosh as every time they open the door because that meant the air balance between the two rooms was changing. The pressurization between the two rooms and spaces. It's quiet in his office. The lights are dim. There's, that shelf of odds and ends that kind of quasi blocks the view from the door. Well, the view from the door, not his view to the door. If you go slightly around it, you can make out his desk and chair. Nobody's here. Both of you can roll awareness notice, however.
Ah, 16. Both 16s.
13.
Oh no, 16.
Yep. This room is neat. Like, clean. There aren't data pads laying all over the desk. There isn't a half-drunk, stained coffee mug on the side.
Okay.
Fuck.
This. There's clean, and then there's hasn't been used clean. This kind of looks like the latter.
Okay. So I guess
You don't think we have another problem, do we?
we have a
I mean,
problem. It's probably more formal. Need to find Jaeger.
So the two of you are gonna go look for Jaeger. Roll me a streetwise. Because that will determine how easy it is for you to find him. Short of you calming him directly, which is possible.
I am not going to try and use direct calm while my entire head is still ringing.
Valid.
all right, let's roll this. Ooh, 24.
6.
You're slightly disoriented, and you're getting a lot of those, hey man, are you okay? Kind of conversations as you walk around. They're slightly distracting you. Lightning, however, is, found the right people to talk to. It'll take her merely a couple minutes to find the Jaegers in a closed meeting with the captain and the flight command crew.
Okay. That's not good.
You think we're gearing up for something?
Maybe.
It's been a weird air around the deck recently. I thought it was, what happened, the thing, a couple days ago, but is there something else going on that I don't know about? Because I've just been stuck inside. I've been like in the amethyst the last couple days. I've been kind of high,
Oh dear.
What?
I have a feeling that the captain knows. That's not good.
Okay. Knows about what? Don't do the brooding thing right now. What's happening? If you have any ideas, please tell me.
He might know about my past.
What
He
part of
might,
it? The part that you orbital bombarded? That part?
he might know about me and my brothers, yes.
Well, you know what? It's not me for a change, so me and my brother, so that's something.
You would think that, but I'm fairly certain he went off to try and find Duncan.
Well,
which means your brother, in a very real and terrible sense, may run into mine.
well, he certainly thinks he knows what he's doing. Who am I to judge? Certainly.
You're his sister. You have everything to judge.
Don't think that I don't. So, where's everyone else at? Are we the only ones that aren't in there?
I have a very strong inclination that since there isn't Ooze, Oz screaming, or a strong hint of grain alcohol that Calyx isn't in there.
Well, I mean, unless you want to just sit here and wait for the meeting, we should do some, intelligence gathering. Which, I mean, gossip with the others, see if we can find them.
So is Rex in a contemplative mood or a I just went out on a mission, let's party mood?
Why don't we find out then?
Bar it is.
Oddly enough, as you make your way to the bar, you would come across Rex on his way leaving the conservatory observation deck. Horticulture, gardens. It's called many things by many different people. Rebreather by some old school spacers.
We all got our lingo.
Exactly. On his way to the flight deck.
And I think Rex would kind of give you the signatory, like, hey, how you holding up?
In one piece.
I think like with their practice sword, they would tap the cane. It's like, looks like you got the third leg.
Hall pass.
Care to test it out? See if it's good in a fight?
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Maybe later. What are you two brooding about? Both seem to be contemplating something.
The entire primary flight crew is in a meeting.
Prax, would I know anything about that?
Not necessarily. It's a command crew meeting. This would be a meeting like to make the comparison to like Star Trek.
It's like the ready room with the captain sort of thing.
It's the command staff. You wouldn't until you.
I'm like a captain of like a squad or whatever, but I'm not.
You're a flight squad captain.
I'm an ace. Yeah.
But you're not a command crew. You know, this is the CO, the XO, Master Chief, maybe the head of engineering.
Yeah, right.
A couple other people that are like way above your pay grade. These are not people you give orders to. These are the people that give you orders. And
right.
So while you might have a level of rank and authority, you wouldn't show.
I'm not that place. Yeah. So I think I'd say, yeah, I'd heard about that, but that's nothing we need to concern ourselves with necessarily. At least for now. They'll tell us what we need to know.
Yeah, just stuff seems off the last few days.
Well, we did bombard a planet.
Yeah.
And may have uncovered, what was their name again? Crispian, yes. May have uncovered a darker plot. I'm sure they've got the bigwigs have been mulling that over for some time.
I really thought bombarding the planet would actually stop him.
Well, it was certainly fun to see the aftermath. Well, you, for one, should make sure you get some rest. Walk around a bit. Get some fresh air.
It's all the same air.
I may go by the grow deck in a bit, but
It's definitely peaceful there.
Where's Socket?
It's a good question. Do we have like personnel pings, like where we can see rough locations of people? Or is that more of like a comms thing where you kind of check in?
You can check in, and I think certain people of certain rank would have the authority to do a full full ship
Ship sweep? Yeah, okay.
I don't know that you do.
Yeah. I
Like-
mean, I could probably like jury rig something, but I don't know if that would be that wouldn't look good. Well, we could always try. Well, if all the bigwigs are working in a room or hanging out in a room, I'm sure she's either on the flight deck or at the bar.
Well, one of those is taken care of. So, I mean, I just came from there, so.
You didn't see her at the flight deck.
Oh, and she wasn't there to witness Kay yelling at me, so.
Well,
I mean, the playlist wasn't going, so yeah, she wasn't there. So.
you can always find Socket from the playlist. She seems to carry it wherever she goes. If I were Socket, where would I be? Curiously, Prax, where does Socket like? What are her hobbies outside of the flight deck and playlist? Is it the bar or is it like some other thing like crazy space racquetball or some shit like that?
Not usually crazy space racquetball, although entertaining and fun. She has been hanging out frequently in the gym, but you haven't seen her there today. Mostly she's been hanging out with Calyx. She has a like bolt hole where she's commandeered what was a supply closet and has kind of turned it into her own workshop.
Kind of her tinker shop.
Yeah.
That's fun. Well, we can always check her room. Maybe she's resting off the last night's festivities.
Sure.
Let's. All right. I was gonna go spar a little bit and practice, but this sounds like fun.
Well, I might take you up on it next. If you don't have another person, been
For sparring,
yeah, been cooped up in the
twirls
this for a while.
twirls the this practice sword, and spins it with the handle out.
Mhm.
Always. Got to keep those skills sharp.
Look forward to bringing you back down to earth for a little bit.
I'd like to see you try.
You're on then. But first, let's go.
Keep up, old man. As as Rex walks by with the guy with the cane. And we head to Calyx or to
Socket's room.
Socket's
Mhm.
quarters.
Socket has slightly bigger quarters.
Respect.
Not actually because she has bigger quarters, but because she has an acetylene torch. And she possibly just cut a hole in between the two quarters right next to
I
each
mean,
other.
that's one way. I mean, that's one way to like, expand.
It's not like she actually got assigned bigger quarters. She just made
She just
hers
took advantage. Yeah, she
Wait,
took advantage of her resources.
big. Exactly.
Hilarious. Yeah, so I think Rex would kind of walk up to the door and then give it a nice like
Calyx What's your reaction to this? Somebody be knocking on Socket's door.
I you know what? I'm just gonna stay there. I'm just gonna lay there. Well, let's see how this plays out.
No answer, Rex.
I think it looks to the others. What do y'all think? Do you think she's here? I'm trying to remember, where is her workshop? She has that little tinker shop.
Mhm.
And I think for Calix's perspective, you definitely hear like some mumbling of like people talking.
I'm gonna swat something off of Socket's nightstand. Don't really care what it is. It's probably something metallic. I'm just gonna knock it off, make a little bit of noise.
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, did we hear that?
Yeah, you can.
Wait, what was that?
What's it? You don't think?
Wait, are we under attack again? Is Socket being?
I brought that up with Watcher. Like, do you think there's still someone?
I think
Pretty
like,
Yeah.
sure Kitty got completely wiped out, but maybe there's still a drone.
Rex puts their ear against the door and then like bangs louder. Are you okay in there?
I'm gonna wait approximately about a second and a half after the first clonk, and then we're gonna knock something else off.
Wait,
Okay,
okay.
guys,
Someone's
gotta-
definitely in there.
Yeah, we gotta go in. I
Right,
pressed the
get-
button to open the door.
All right, get ready.
with, like,
Get ready.
and you see does the door open automatically? Like, is
Yeah,
there
it's
like
not locked.
okay. I can't remember if we have like locks on doors or not.
You can, but they're only from the inside. Like, you can do it when you're in your room or when you choose to lock it. This door
Right.
isn't locked.
Yeah, so Rex basically slams the door button, and then tucks and rolls and like has a sword ready. It's like, who's in here?
And
Socket, are you okay?
You're just gonna see Calix just lounging in the bed, just propped up, hands behind her back or head, and just watching you guys absolutely break into this room.
Point of clarification: are you naked?
No, I'm not. I thought about it. I'm not.
Hey, you run around the ship like stark naked, like furious at people. So I just wanted to make sure what state you were in. You know, just clarifying.
It's only because I
Alright.
don't think Socket has a shower in her room. Otherwise, I would have.
Wait, with double rooms? Oh, that's terrible.
No, she does. Everybody
She
does.
does?
It's but it's not
Uh-oh.
it's not a hydro shower. It's a
Right.
Sonics.
Sonic shower, yeah.
I was probably contemplating going to take a shower when all of this started going down. I'll be like,
Like Rex eases up. Calix.
Hey, Haley. Ah,
hey,
hey.
hello guys.
Yeah. Mm.
What are you doing here?
Well, we could ask you the same. Like, I'm trying to remember at the bar where Calix and Socket basically flirting. I can't remember.
They were flirting at the end of season 1,
That's right.
and there was extensive flirting going on.
Okay. So this would be something that Rex is like, I see you took it to the next level, maybe?
Vantage is just gonna elbow Rex.
What?
I guess the question still stands. What are you guys doing? Looking for
Well-
sockets?
We were exploring, trying to find Socket, and wondering where you were.
I mean, not many places I'm at nowadays. Do I know about this orbital strike, by the way?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm aware of this. This happened while I was conscious.
Ooh,
And
no,
not.
no, yes, because it was yesterday. It was
Was yesterday? Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, timeline-wise.
Timeline-wise, everything occurred within a 24. Your solo episodes all occurred within a 24-hour period.
Oh, that's
So-
right.
Your
Insanity. That was so much fun, by the way.
well,
No, we're gonna be
40
by ourselves.
actually a week. It all occurred within a week because technically lightning's happened first, or Calyx happened first. This would technically be the second time Socket has drugged you. Just for continuity.
I love it.
Stable, great relationship. Very healthy.
We all have.
Yes.
Look, Kay is her sister. I'm just saying.
She has access.
This ship is an HR nightmare. I thought.
Pam
I
from
mean,
HR hates us.
This person quit. That person quit.
Yeah.
Took one
I
look
mean-
like, no, can't deal with this.
No, there is no
mean-
HR right now.
Yeah, I mean, Prax surprised me with the menage a trois between Rex
Everybody
and
has
Kay
hooked up
and-
with someone else
and
in a different
and
on this
Pawan.
ship. Seriously.
The closest thing we had to HR was Aurelia, and she left.
Yeah, true.
She gave up. Yeah.
Jobs on the market right now, so
Oh my god.
can anybody stop us? Yeah, I couldn't remember the timeline. All I really remember about the ending of my episode was Calyx not being in a great place.
Calyx, you dealt in the morning of that episode. You dealt with a lot of the bullshit with your sister. You found out a lot about that you were planning to deal with the financial situation that your ex-brother-in-law's proposed hostile takeover of the family business was going to cause. You found some interesting other shading stuff that you were sicking your accountant and lawyers on to see if you could find more information, and then you went out to try and bring back some fun toys. And you brought back a leg in the mouth of your lion.
Oh right, yeah. I remember. Yeah.
And then Vantage.
Completely forgot.
And then the next day, Vantage had her little fight with her brother. Conversation.
I mean, let's call it. It was.
A strongly
There's no way to
worded,
disguise it wasn't a fight.
a strongly worded conversation. Colorfully worded.
Heated exchange.
Yes.
Heated exchange. I like that. It is a heated exchange.
Yes.
With
It's
her
very
brother.
Bridgerton.
And then went out to pick up the rest of the pieces that Calyx didn't bring back because she only brought back the leg. In the mouth of her Zoid.
Cobalt.
And then you fought a couple more. And as you were coming back, that's when Watcher left on his little attempt to find a couple more. Socket had been doing some examinations of the pieces that Lightning and Calyx, Leo had brought back. Found out some things that they needed about the metal alloy. Watcher knew a couple people on a planet that might have been useful. And then there were people on that planet. And then a bar gets destroyed.
There was an individual of note, and then an orbital strike was called.
So yes, you know about the orbital strike.
Okay.
You also would have possibly spoken to Rex, so you know about Rex's going into the crater that the orbital strike left in what used to be a spaceport.
My
Um,
rapid deployment.
and the fact that there was tracks of an individual who walked out of that crater, and then some stealth attacks,
Lots of stealth technology being employed.
and then
Camouflage.
And
possibly somebody leaving you and not killing
And
you though.
then somebody deployed a mech that has the possibility of light FTL, which
That's pretty
is
wild.
concerning.
So when I see now with the timeline, we're cemented in my head. Now that I see everyone in, and I see Watcher with their cane, I'm gonna be like, oh, you look a lot better than I thought you'd look. Good for you.
Thanks.
And
It's
I'll
almost
be
as,
like, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it's almost as bad as that time I got blasted by the jetpack.
That took a week.
Less cool.
What, orbital strike versus jetpack? Come on.
So where have you checked for socket? Why are you looking for socket?
There's no music playing on the flight back.
And we're all working. Well, sort of. Except for Watcher.
I can work. I have the hall pass.
No, you can't.
Yes, Kay would not be happy with that.
I would get an earful if I let you work with the hall pass. The hall pass is to let you walk.
Trust me, if they want you to rest, they'll find a way. Have you checked Socket's workshop?
I couldn't remember where it was. It's been a while.
And I'll get up off of the bed and I'll stretch out the soreness of probably being dragged through this spaceship to to this bed. And I'll be
I'm
like,
half
"Oh."
expecting there to be a pallet jack parked in here.
Yeah.
It is surprisingly clean and neat.
I am upset at this revelation.
But
Like, oh, come on. Go ahead.
But again, there is that door in a wall.
Wait, a door in a wall?
Yeah, because like this is the standard.
Makeshift door in wall.
Right, got it. Okay.
Does this one have a knob, or is this also?
Like there's a hole for a knob, so it could be like those old school
Slid open.
Oh,
70s.
It's like a barn
80s.
door. Yeah.
No,
a barn
it's those
door.
old school 70s 80s closet pocket doors
Oh.
God!
Nice.
with the little
Those
metal
always go-
insert.
Yeah, nice pull.
The ones that always end up getting off the track, and you need to call a handyman to fix it. Got
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Nightmares.
Pretty much.
I'll go over as I see them looking at the door, and I'll just hit it in the spots to get it loose, and then I'll open the door and see.
Because of course it sticks.
Of course.
It always does.
Socket's good, but no one can beat those doors.
It's just the design so terrible.
And I'll see if anyone's back there.
There is no one back there, but this is where the ultimate chaos is.
It's kind of like when you hide all the chaos with the closet door. Mm-hmm.
It just happens to be that her chaos in the closet door is an entirely separate bunk
Mm-hmm.
in quarters that she's taken over.
And I'm going to walk in once I see no one's in there, and I'll walk in and I'm gonna just grab the 10mm, and I'm just gonna take it with me. And And I'll be like, well, let me
The
grab
10
my
millimeter.
jacket.
Wait, I need to double check the 10 millimeter socket wrench.
Yes.
Cool. Just making sure that we're on the same page about what you're taking.
Yep. Taking that that wrench with me, and I'm like, all right, let me grab my jacket and let's go check out, go find sockets. And as I grab it, as we start walking out, I'm gonna ask, and why are we looking for sockets?
Because the chief is in a command meeting.
And we need music on the deck. And she's the only one that knows how to work that confounded system.
We're
That's
wondering
because
if
She
she
made
knew
it
what
so
was
that
happening.
only she can work that confounded system.
It's like you have to enter a certain sequence just to unlock the damn audio.
I mean, last time you had control of the Ox Rex, you almost rattled every stabilizer off its
I mean,
axis.
who doesn't like hard space metal? Like,
I could name a few people. Anyway, it's this way.
it's how I make my art. I have to listen to the metal. Whatever. Okay.
And I guess we make our way off to Socket's workshop.
You're off to Socket's workshop. I need each of you to roll me awareness notice.
There they are. $16.
16, 22, 16.
Let's see. Modifiers. I don't necessarily add anything unless I'm adding luck, right?
No, and you don't. The only person who's working on a modifier right now is
That
Watcher,
doesn't seem
'cause he's in
right.
pain. 14.
No, that's right. Never mind. I rolled a 2.
Sometimes this is the way this works.
I have a plus 12 and I got a 2. So
You know, you walk out on your way to Socket's private workshop to make sure that you can have the tunes that you need to work on your flight deck. And you notice, well, Calyx, you notice a couple of the cams in the halls. Their lights are out.
Is it abnormal?
You know how when you've got like those security camera domes,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how you can almost always, if you turn your head just the right way, you can see that little red light that shows that they're on?
Mm-hmm.
That little red light is not on. It's not all of them. It's like 3, maybe every
I'll take-
4th.
I'm gonna slow down or stroll just a little bit on our path to the workshop, and I'm going to I'm going to elbow Watcher, and I've been playing a little bit of the tripping game with Rex as we've been walking down here. So
as we did on the moon.
yep, as we did on the moon. And I'm gonna elbow a Watcher, and I'm gonna
In the rib that's like in pain.
yeah, and the rib like it's not hard. It's just enough to like get your attention, and then I'm gonna look at you, like I'm going to do the same thing I'm doing to Rex to trip you, but so you know, so you don't trip. And then I'm gonna as you're like stumbling, I'm gonna look at you and then I'm gonna look up at the cameras very pointedly. And I'm going to say, you have better reflexes than I thought, old man.
I'm only 30.
Say that to the cane. And and I'm gonna do something similar with Rex, but I'm just gonna change up the tripping game a little bit, so something's up that I want to get your attention, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna very pointedly look at the one of the off security cameras as we're passing it, and I'm gonna ask Lightning. It's like, so Lightning, how are things with your boyfriend? And I'm gonna like look behind you and ask you that, but then also look up at the same time at the cameras, very pointedly.
We're good. Why?
No, I've just heard. Just wanted some advice. I know you and him are always sneaking off somewhere, and looking for some pointers, some blind spots around the ship, maybe.
She'll look at Rex and then she'll look back at Ellie. It's like, yeah, I can. Maybe not right now.
I think Rex legitimately laughs at that response. What do you mean? We all want to know the blind spots, Lightning. How do you get around?
She'll have a look like she's starting to get like upset, where it's like, where I go with him is none of your business.
Well, I'm your brother, so yes, it is.
No, it really shouldn't be.
No.
I feel
Just-
I know
just-
you're new
just-
at this,
just-
but
just
that's not
because-
one of them.
just because you
I'm
make
just saying, I'm
Rex,
concerned
just
for my
because-
sister, making sure that she's safe.
just because you announce everything that you do doesn't mean I do. I do that with everyone.
Esther,
I'm gonna look at you.
It's bad enough that I hear it from Watcher.
it is just because you need to have better handle of the security details, and considering that the Rustling is the head of the security show, so should he.
Wait. Are you blaming him? Because I'll tell you, he's doing a good job, okay?
I'm sure he's doing
This is
best
a big ship, okay?
with the resources we have. I mean, this
Absolutely.
place is huge.
I mean, we lose
Crosses
people all the
her
time.
arms.
Oh man.
But
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna make
there's
sure
like
we're
kind
all
of like
looking-
an
She has
awkward-
this look like
I'm gonna make sure
our little like disappearances are not affecting his work. And that's the look she's giving everyone. Like,
I'm gonna make sure we are all
this
just on the
this
same
is what
page about
happened when
this
you let
security.
what happens on this ship happen for long enough. It gets,
This is why Pam from HR hates us.
yeah.
What Pam? What HR?
No one wants
No,
that.
it's a made up. It's like a quarters that's been set, closed for a very long time with the name Pam and HR, and no one lives there. No one's there.
I am certain Yukihara has like an old earthbound Furby that we have named Pam,
Yeah, exactly.
and the Furby is HR.
Or it's one of those donkey birds,
And
you know,
they
the
hang
little
out-
like drinky birds.
yeah.
It's like, yes.
That's in the quarters, but the Furby is actually sitting on the bar, and we always go to the bar to like air our concerns.
Just a big sack of papers on the
Yeah,
desk.
yeah, there's like in front. The Furby is literally sitting on top of the papers of complaints and like HR things, and people just keep stacking it on.
This is why no one's moved in.
Or
I am going to just make sure we're all on the same page that
I
I'm
mean-
trying to point out the cameras.
if you want to do what you're doing, like, without, like, I think we've all created enough of a distraction.
Yeah.
Like-
I feel like we all kind of at least Rex would have. Let me roll for this. Can I roll for like because this kind of went a little chaotic and I love it.
Roll for shenaniganry.
Yes. How do I roll for shenaniganry?
Look, we trust the great Mike Pondsmith. I'm sure he has a roll for shenaniganry. Hold, please.
Oh.
Would this
There's-
be a leadership role?
No, this is
Is that leadership? Or is it the opposite?
to interpret what's going
Human
on
perception.
is likely either human perception
True.
or, given the implications, probably
Security systems.
security systems or shadowing.
Shadowing could be. I think
yeah.
shadowing was what I was going to ask for. Yes.
Oh shit! I didn't invest in shadowing.
Well, you can always invest your own
spy!
luck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have luck points. I forgot.
That's
Yes,
true.
your luck
I do have a
refreshes at the
decent
beginning
amount
of
that.
each and every session. Right now, chat has not been kind to you to give you any.
Oh come on,
just saying.
Chad.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Sure. Let's do that. I feel like. All right, we're gonna do that. Okay. So shadowing, avoid pursuit. I'm gonna dump in 3 luck out of my 8. And I got a 14. 'cause
14.
I got
That's
another 2.
respectable. That's
Yeah.
a really respectable. If you can feel, you're pretty sure that you've maneuvered in such a way for that. This is you're not in line of. You wouldn't have been in line of sight of the camera to begin with, or you. Let me phrase that.
We would have used one of the blind spots to our advantage to have
Yes.
this conversation, and then like when the next one that was active comes
Yeah.
up, we're like laughing and being all awkward
Yes, exactly.
as
So
if
yeah, you're now clocking where they are and what's
Uh-huh.
going on.
Yeah, and I think like during the blind spot we actively like point or like direct eyesight to it, and that's kind of how we all get on the same page. Let's see, is there like a protocol or like a thing that we can fall on to act towards like our concern of the fact that there are blind spots all over?
I mean, there are a couple people you could contact. The most,
feel like-
the most
Oh,
obvious
sorry.
would be to bother Rustlin.
Right.
Speaking of,
Yeah, and I think there's like a nudge to Lightning, being like, I mean, you could always ping him to see how things are going, and or like just look. I encourage you to go off and do what you will. I'm not going to judge, and this is like while the cameras are active.
and then when we pass one that's off,
It's like, no, seriously, ping him and like see why their camera's off.
He looks confused, like, oh, what? Like, she got flustered. She got so flustered, like she forgot what was happening. Okay. For real.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah,
Okay.
Spill the tea.
Okay. She'll get on the comms.
And just be subtle about it.
I'm sorry to bring up this isn't as pointed as it should be. I'm pretty sure it's just the pain talking. But Rustlin is many things. Subtle is not one of them.
Well, I mean, lightning be subtle.
Have you seen his hair?
What's wrong?
it's just very eccentric.
It also lights up. He has
Really?
white
So
hair.
what's great about
Oh,
it?
I forgot about that.
He has LED filaments that are woven through his hair. It literally.
Like, not all of us are built for stealth, you know?
So you ping Rustlin.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we located right now?
The,
Right outside. We're in Sock.
Well, you're on your way to Socket's private workshop,
Shop.
which is actually on one of the lower levels of the ship below the main flight hangars. Closer to the engine room.
Huh.
And you're still on one of the main main decks, but not main thoroughfare, kind of side decks, side aisles. You contact Rustlin. It does not connect to audio, but you get the immediate text message response. Sorry, I'm in a meeting. Can I call you back?
Mm. Yeah, there's
He's-
something we
Mm.
there's something we have to talk about at right now.
Are you okay?
Yes. It's just we're trying to I know you and we just have to get you and Rex to get to know each other now that you know. But there's something we need to. She'll angle toward the camera and she'll make like a quick like little eye motion to it with the camera.
oh, like with the camera in the background?
Yeah. And she'll
Okay,
be
because
like,
he hasn't like picked up video
Yeah.
or audio. He just
Okay.
texted you.
yeah.
So
Take like a selfie.
Yeah.
And so you kind of point as you're saying something.
And
Yeah.
like Rex is behind her shoulder,
Yeah.
and the camera's just above Rex, so it's like the pointing angle's just right to where it's like Rex and then the off camera.
Yeah. So, you know, until something else begins, I figured now that we have some downtime, it'd be good. Sorry.
You get that long dot of somebody typing.
Oh, the worst. Worst design ever.
Thumbs up emoji.
And then you get a face palm emoji. And then you get Socket's on her way.
Okay, thanks. And then heart. You know, emojis. Bunch of emojis. Disgusting, but whatever.
Emotionally, yeah.
Yeah. Disgusting amount of emojis afterwards. Like
Oh my god.
There's so many new ones in the future that you can
Oh
just go on
yeah.
with
Yeah. Oh man, that's one thing I need to think about now is like, what's a future emoji that we definitely don't have now?
You know, they're like all combined now.
Oh yeah.
it's like
Well, there's that emoji keyboard. Like they literally translate. There's a programming language that's fully emoji.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, I think while we wait for Rustlin to make an appearance, this would be the perfect opportunity to take the break for the evening. So, stretch, refresh yourselves, snack, and then we'll find out what's up next. But until then, we'll put 5 minutes on the clock. We'll see you in about 5, everybody. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are back. It is us. Hope you are refreshed, ready to do this. Are you waiting in this hallway for Socket?
I don't necessarily, because what we were, where were we headed originally? Oh, Socket's workshop.
And
Yes,
Rustlin said that Socket would be there in a minute.
We encountered the
problem.
compromise of security.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I think we'd continue on towards Socket's workshop and just see if like the problem persists. If it doesn't, then I'd probably go back.
It's another like 5 minutes to her workshop. You kind of she will come across you as you're making your way to her space. And she doesn't have her headphones in. She looks pissed.
Oh.
And she's just carrying a tool, like a toolbox. All of her gear is on her, and she is looking at stuff, and she just kind of turns and has picked up a palmer, a spanner, and is taking it, and you just see that moment where she's like, she goes and she just hits a panel on the side of the wall.
So I'm guessing this is an irregular problem.
So you know those sons of bitches that are assholes and ne'er-do-wells and knaves and scallywags and horrible people?
Yes.
These assholes are worse.
Oh.
So what kind of problem are we looking at?
Somebody's managed to get a stupid-ass, annoying, freaking stupid spamware on my ship.
Oh, that's the worst.
I did not
Where it
need.
came from?
Huh?
Do we know where it came from?
The current theory is it came from the leg that Calyx brought back. But I don't think so, because I didn't plug that into anything, and I made sure that everything was dead on that. I ran a freaking electromagnet over that shit. So the possibility is we got hacked. In which case, I'm slightly pissed.
Yeah, that's bad.
You'd think we'd have the systems to combat such things, but
It's been a while since Aurelia left.
Would that
So people
explain-
who are regularly scanning for such threats, we're down an expert.
That explained the cameras?
No, there's a full freaking, and she's like got, you saw her pull gloves on, and she, you know, as she's talking to you, she's pulling herself up the side of the wall of the bulkhead, just with these magnetic gloves that are, and knee pads as she climbs up basically to the recessed cameras.
camera controls.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So is it affecting cameras individually? It's not just a system issue.
No, the individual pain in the ass fucking cameras, the individual air circulators. Do you know that there was the freaking scrubber in the grove was turned off and then was actually designed so it would suck in too much and take in extra particulates and then explode when somebody went to go fix it?
What?
I was just there. No. Oh,
Oh,
Man.
mm,
Well, I mean, I'm kind of taking the time off. Suck it. If you want any help, I can definitely help with some jury rigging or some basic repairs.
Oh, we're gonna have to take this whole thing apart manually, step by step. We don't know where the shit is. I need somebody. Look, I can do a lot of things. I fix shit. I build shit. I'm a really, really good tech. I can, on occasion, fix a problem. Programming isn't 100% my thing.
It-
Hardware,
not
not
in-
software.
it's not in the Mac tons, is it?
Nah, all those have separate
Again?
systems. I've been keeping
Okay.
them separate. Remember when I redesigned your security system?
Yes.
That I can do.
Oh, man.
Okay. Oh, Great.
I've also been redesigning the security system here so that the assholes are getting some very interesting commentary. Do you know how long it takes for these particular cameras to now, ones that have apparently been hacked, transmit additional data? And by additional data, I mean the entirety of the 1970 series of Dallas.
One,
If it's not compressed, quite some time.
Exactly.
congratulations on getting the entire complete series of Dallas. That's quite a lot of data.
Yeah, I got a whole data chip if you want. It's great.
You got a collection?
Oh God, yeah.
How have we not talked about this? I love old 70s films.
Okay, so we're gonna have to have a movie night. It's fine. And by this point she's up on the ceiling, like with one hand, like leaning back as she's talking to you and taking apart this whole camera. So who wants to go to Charybdis? Because it ain't gonna be me. As she starts pulling stuff apart.
I guess I'm going.
You got blown up. Kay says you're not going nowhere. Well, I guess maybe if you can convince her.
I have the hall pass.
That doesn't. That
means you can walk around the halls.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you can get on a ship and go to Charybdis. They shoot people there.
I think I can. I think it has been proven that I can take a shot.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Real smart. There you go.
Rex tests the cane to see if like it's been supporting him. And then says, before that, Charybdis was that planet that we talked about, or no?
It's the planet that was mentioned that Xavier mentioned he's going to.
That's right. Okay. It
It's
was
also,
like kind of it's like a not a Tatooine, but like something like an epicenter of like
Think of Nar
of
Shaddaa.
skullduggery.
huh?
Oh, cool.
What did you
What?
say? Watch it.
Think of if you're putting it in Star Wars terms, think of Nar Shaddaa.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
you
that makes sense.
know,
I was about as like 70s films. I was about to bring up Star Wars films. Actually, that was
Tartuga.
Tortuga.
Yeah, Tortuga. Yeah.
Um,
So like a pirate enclave, essentially.
yeah, I mean technically it would be Tatooine in episode 1.
Yeah. Mos Eisley is kind of what I was thinking of.
Yeah, but it's
bigger, but, like,
controlled by
planet-wide.
a crime syndicate,
Right.
like a massive crime syndicate.
Is that where the spamware is coming from?
No, but they got the best gear to make sure you break it down, and considering that they sell the most firmware and ransomware in the frickin' verse, you know, guarantee that they can find theirs somewhere.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad. We've been getting a lot of this lately.
Yes, but there is a few bad things about going there.
There's bad things about going almost anywhere.
No, I'm fairly certain the man that walked away
Went there.
was headed there.
I mean, that's why
Oh.
that makes sense. I don't think Rex would say this out loud necessarily, but he like in the back of his head, he's like, yeah, that's where he said the last place he was going. It was the brother
Yeah.
was heading there.
Last place Xavier was going was to Charybdis.
Yes.
So,
And I don't think Watcher knows that.
Mm-mm.
But he remembers the conversation with Crispian and
Mhm.
being explicitly mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we want to stop us from having continuous problems with security breaches, we may not have much choice. Unless you have a better idea, Watcher. You know more about this side of the universe than most of us.
We're going from corporate space to pirate space. One of the few independents. But if we were going to get anything that would scrub the vessel of whatever's infected, best way to do that is to go to the source of where they most likely got at least the base code for it, which almost everything that corporate uses for their espionage is never developed in house. It's adopted from somebody else. It's just reiterated on again and again. But the base code is probably
Variant.
Caribbean. Yeah. So there's no avoiding it. It's just someone's going to need to put together a care package for the queen.
Oh, right. Sokka, if you have any information on this malware that we've got on board, that would give us at least some indicator of maybe what we need to look for, some leads. We do end up going. And
Sure.
of course, I need to clear this with the captain.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Can you just like step 5 feet to the left? Cool. And as she kind of twists one of the screwdrivers, you see a shot of a screw ping off the wall that would have been right at the point of your head, Rex, if she hadn't asked you to move. Cool. I'm gonna need. I don't need that one. I got one up here. So, yeah, I can get you that. Make sure you have a copy of what we're dealing with, because this is a pain in fucking ass. Oh, and she kind of glances down, because again, she's like on the ceiling at this point, using magnets to hold herself in place, and she kind of looks down. It's like, Calyx, can you hand me my keyboard, please, please?
I look at her and I glare a little bit, but I still grab the keys and I hold them out towards her.
Thank you. Also, blame Kay. She's the one who said I needed to do it.
You could always just choose not to, you know.
No, you can't. I do not fight with Kay. I will fight with lots of people. I don't fight with Kay.
I did fight. I still ended up with a cane.
I was about to say, yeah, I have learned that lesson a few times the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
She has a point, Leo. But maybe I'll try to talk to her and see if she can ease back a little bit on. Because how many times is this now?
That's what, twice in as many days?
You didn't sleep. She knows you don't sleep.
I obviously am missing a lot. But I also feel as though if I learn more, this is going to somehow be worse. So I'm going to be back over there.
Yeah, Watcher, maybe you figure out how we can bring a gift to the queen. Please? You seem to know it best.
Anyone have some spare nobility that they don't mind having ransomed?
Wait, you're serious?
Yes.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough. Where's Aurelia when you need her?
I wasn't going to ransom my brother.
This is when the screen kind of fades for a moment, and then there's an insert, and you just see Aurelia kind of standing next to a woman in a very severe, like, pencil skirt, very severe tapered jacket with glasses and like a bun right at the base of her neck, and she just kind of, the woman secretary just kind of pushes her glasses up and is taking notes as Aurelia's pointing around a room, and you see little dangling mobile and just all of this baby accoutrement. But if your baby was like only your entire nursery was going to be decked out in Chanel and you know, Louis Vuitton and just like gold everywhere. And then we
It's a
fade
new
back
definition to Gucci goo.
in. Yes. Please do not get it. No. We do not need to talk about that. That's a major case that I have to study, by the way.
Ooh.
It's a trademark. It's a very important trademark infringement case.
Fun.
Law school's fun. But yes, fade back. And as Socket is in the taking apart this camera and manually downloading and wiping the ransomware and spyware that's in there, Watcher, you get a ping on your personal comm.
Watcher.
And you hear Jaeger say, "Cool. You're up, right? Grab the rest of your crew. We need somebody to go to Charybdis."
I hope you have something to give the queen.
There's this long pause, and he goes, it's not going to be me. She shot me last time.
That's why you had the limp.
No comment. And you just have it hear it like, if it could click, like that old school hang the handset back up on the phone sound click, it would have. Like he made that sound in his throat just to do it, just to hang up on you. Cool. I'm about to make this a giant mess here, so...
We're being beckoned. The captain needs to speak with us about travel plans.
Then let's go.
On the bridge, you see the tall, distinguished figure of Captain Redding Frost. Long, brown, slightly battered coat, pushed back against his right hip so that he can draw the pistol that is permanently at his side. Knowing, of course, that that's the obvious weapon, this man is carrying at least 6 more. You just can't see them. He kind of, you see him glance over at you all with that one cyber eye, kind of reading through the notations and the visual comments that are going through his Chiron. The bridge is clear except for the Captain Frost and Jaeger at this point. No one else is here. And the captain waits a moment, glances around, nods to Jaeger. Jaeger taps a few buttons on one of the consoles, and you hear that buzzing sound, like a white noise generator has just been turned on.
You summed us, Captain.
You get to go to Charybdis.
Oh, wonderful. I've only heard good things. What's What's the stitch?
It's Charybdis.
Rex, I'm gonna need you to be in command of security for Watcher on this.
That I can do, Captain.
But you defer to him when it comes to dealing with her.
I understand.
Mostly because you're a very honorable individual, Rex, and she is a lying snake of a woman.
Yeah, I've had trouble with that recently, so I understand, sir. I'll defer to Watcher for that particular fun.
Yeah, and she's not likely to shoot him, at least right away.
Captain, I've got a request. I know we've been having some security issues. I've heard about ransomware. Do we have something we can barter with to perhaps acquire something on this trip? I don't know if that's related to what you're sending us for, but
Yeah, I need you to go find out what the fuck is on my ships to get it the fuck off of here.
oh, so that is related.
Also, possibly to bring back a couple people.
New recruits, you say?
Or old friends.
All right. Well, we can definitely try our best to get everyone back in one place.
Yeah. Lightning and Rex roll awareness, or human perception. Excuse me, this is human perception.
21. Oh, I got a cat.
You has
17.
cat. Rex, you notice because you're paying a little more attention, just a little bit more to the captain's body language. Lightning, you see a little bit of this, but he's a very hard man to read.
Mm-hmm.
Rex, you see a little bit of a pause as he kind of flicks his eye over you and Lightning, and then back to you as he kind of makes eye contact as he says, and pick up old friends.
Oh, I think, would it be with that 21, like an insight that Rex kind of connects one Xavier or this Crispian guy?
No, you would connect it more, and there's a sense of not
Like, yeah, it's like an
guilt.
enemy that we're trying to pick up, or is
you
it a
would connect
friend?
it more to like Xavier, and you
Okay,
would
okay.
and it's a sense of not quite guilt,
But like maybe an obligation of some kind, like feeling obligated, responsible to do this.
Yes, and possibly that finest line between a commanding officer doesn't really feel guilt about making a command that possibly may have not have gone the way he wanted. But
Oh.
it might be kind of really awkward to send the siblings of after that. But he doesn't really feel guilty. But he does. It's just that little bit of...
There's a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, it's that slightly... I don't want to tell you something about your family. And he doesn't look at Watcher at all. He's maintained... He glances quickly. You know, it's that brief instant of a half second when he's, like, panning around, when he pans over Lightning and you. But he's maintaining eye contact with you because you're who he's talking to, right?
Yeah. And I think with kind of a subtlety, there's a a leader's acknowledgement of like, I'm not at your level, but I understand where you're coming from. Kind of look to the captain. It's like, Roger that, Captain. We'll do our best to retrieve old friends.
Don't promise her my ship.
She's going to ask.
She's not getting my ship. She hasn't got my ship for 25 years. She's not getting this ship now.
She's just going to ask.
Sounds like a spicy woman.
I don't even say her name in just the title for a reason.
Understood. Well,
Rex, I have to honestly ask, have you never met Delaney? Or excuse me, Melanie. Have you ever met Melanie?
question. Have I met Melanie?
Have you ever
Wait,
had
that's
reason
someone-
to be on, have you ever had reason to be on Charybdis?
Possibly for like tech wear or for like mech tech, but honestly, I feel like no, I don't. I feel like I wouldn't go to Charybdis for that because there's other places that I could.
There are other places you would go, and like
Yeah.
this would be like walking into a capo de capo. Like
Yeah.
if you just
Yeah, so
went to get
that's-
tech, even then you wouldn't meet her.
Yeah. I think that's. I would go there for the market. I never meet the person, right? That runs the
Mhm.
planet. So no, I think no, Captain. I've not had the need or desire.
Let me send you a picture of the fine lady that we're talking about. And he would just swipe across his arm as if to
Yeah.
from his data link to yours. And she is in your NPC doc at number 32.
Mhm.
Oh.
Don't need to know about that, but doesn't matter.
Oops, no.
She is this probably mixed race woman of indeterminate age, somewhere between 20 and 40.
You can shred beef on her abs.
You
Damn.
can.
An absolute brick house.
Brick house. Nice.
Yes, and that gun she carries is her smaller weapon, but she began running and she, like, the captain would give you a small bio. She began running a couple of the shops on Charybdis, and then has worked her way up to being the current
queen.
underboss on
Yeah.
Charybdis. And Seamus is the king of that planet. Literally, like, he's officially almost like the law-abiding side of the
Lawful-
planet,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the mob have kind of he was the criminal leader, and now he's become legitimate enough to be voted.
Yeah.
And his second is the second piece of information that the captain would share with you. He's also
Yeah.
at the bottom there. He has had extensive bioengineering and cybernetic engineering. Nobody knows his name. He's only referred to as Seamus II.
And I kind of imagine like this is the rap sheet of like, hey, you're going into this den of thieves sort of thing. Like, you need at least some intel to not fuck yourselves.
Yeah, because you're gonna be you need enough to know who she is and what's going on, because
Yeah.
you will be dealing with her. You will
Yep.
not deal with Seamus. Seamus is not. You are not high. Like,
Yeah,
Maybe
we're not
if-
on that order.
maybe if the captain himself was going, you'd be having a meeting with Redding or having a meeting with Seamus. But Seamus is basically trying to make Charybdis a planetary player in the sphere,
Hmm.
separate from the corpse and separate from Earth sphere. He's trying to make it.
And keep it independent.
Yep.
That's the issue.
Hmm.
So, like,
Well, she's a piece of work.
you have no idea. Also, don't drink with her.
Got it.
and don't say yes to anything she says, and he kind of gives you this like once over.
I'll keep
Okay.
my cool, Captain. I'm known for it.
Mm-hmm. I have faith in you. Don't get shot.
Human perception. Does he actually have faith in me?
Roll the human
Do
perception.
you want to know? You want to know?
You want a vibe check? You can vibe check.
Do you want to
17.
He mostly has he mostly has faith in you, but he has also watched a shit ton of young men be totally played by
Yeah.
a woman who doesn't care.
Yeah.
Good.
And
Great.
it's not like Marwar, who will flirt with pretty much a lot or play one-upmanship. No, this is a woman who's like,
I will destroy you with my thighs.
yeah, and it's like
Or stealing lair.
yeah, I might kill you during you know, Le Petit Mort or Le Grand Mort. Both could happen at the same time.
Also, she could just kill you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
or she could just kill you. You'd just be like, eh. She don't give a shit.
I'm getting like some vibes of Judge Dredd. What's her name? The she boss. Oh,
Yeah,
blanking
in
of the power-
in
the mega.
yeah, in
complex.
the
Mega City.
in the what's his name?
Yeah.
Carl Urban film. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Carl Urban Judge Dredd, the better Judge Dredd.
Yes, the latest.
The
Judge Dredd
actual
anyway.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Shots fired.
Yeah. Yeah. Picture her,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Good.
less
But
taking
like
her own
planetary.
product.
Yeah, exactly.
So think about that. Picture that crime boss who doesn't take her own who doesn't take the drugs she sells.
Yeah.
So even
He was cold and calculating to like a further extreme.
yeah,
And more put together.
and a lot more
Yep,
put
yep.
together and a lot less unpredictable because she's not high half the time.
Yep.
The captain would then kind of glance over at Leo and say, is your sister staying here long term? Not that we don't love her. She's great. She's kind of taken over my schedule.
Sorry. Forgot to be myself.
I need a secretary apparently, and she's appointed herself. I'm just wondering, you know.
You'll have to ask her yourself, Captain. There's no Commander of Alex, only Alex knows what she wants.
Alright. Well then. Get yourselves ready and don't get shot.
I make a habit of it. Leaving it like the question, wait, does he mean not getting shot or getting shot? No.
He wants you to not get shot.
Oh, I mean, I get that. I try not to. I just thought it'd be fun.
Do you try not to?
Look, I've got the same pain receptors that everyone has. I haven't been numb to them. I'm not looking forward to getting shot. Every time I do.
Someone get the board ready for days since Rowan has been shot.
Wait, you have a board?
In the betting pool.
Wait, what's the numbers? It's like we fade to us getting ready.
Well, I can't bet this time. I have too much information. It wouldn't be fair.
Wait, are you inside betting on me getting shot? What is this?
No, I refrained this time.
But that's implying that you've done it before. And then like they fade to us. We'll get our next ready. Oh man.
So you're on your way to Charybdis. Poor Watcher.
It's like, Watcher, what's wrong? I'm sure you've got a handle on this. None of your baggage is going to come, or your history is going to come back to bite us. I know it.
I am almost 80% certain that the terrifying woman we are going off to meet has had business relationship and possibly other relationships with some of my exes.
You're gonna
Considering-
At least one of them who
You're
is
gonna-
still alive.
have to be a lot more specific about this, Watcher.
I was about to say,
The
over
one we
under-
met.
Which
Which
one?
one?
Right.
and I think there's like a board on the pad behind Watcher's head. There's like two numbers, 5 to 1. Watcher's X's get us into trouble again.
In days since. It's been number of days since.
Yeah, and then next to it is like days since Watcher's X's have gotten us into trouble.
We're on 1.
It's gonna hit 0 real quick.
Yeah,
I am fairly certain that the Queen and Cassandra have had at least a few glasses of wine together, if not other things.
Well, if the captain's sentiment of not drinking with her was any indicator, that was probably a risky endeavor, to say the least.
Cassandra can drink the Queen under her table.
So, Rex, let me get this straight. Is this mission diplomatic, or why are we sending the
It is
entire squad?
diplomatic until it becomes not.
So, by assuming the rest of us are going, because
We need a team.
There's a high chance it becomes not.
And not only that, but we may need to divide and conquer, as it were. Achieve multiple goals at the same time.
well, it
Because
seems
if things hit the fan,
like it's we're relying on more one or the other, because I'm a pilot. I'm not a spy, a diplomat. So I'm assuming he's assuming that it's going to get hot.
we'll do our best to avoid it, but there's a healthy chance. That said, the markets here are Charybdis?
Charybdis.
Charybdis. The markets on Charybdis are infamous for hot items. It's an opportunity to explore the planet as well.
Well, I guess I'm
With-
going to have to rely on at least you're all leads on this.
Sniff anything that they offer you that's clear to make sure it's actually what they're saying it is.
Because I
Um,
haven't been anywhere other than home, the academy, and here. So,
Well,
like,
this will be a
Right.
fun field trip.
How about you, Calyx? Have you been to Charybdis before?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Charybdis.
I believe I have a friend on Charybdis. That back from my racing days.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
Well, I mean, with racing, oftentimes there's betting and gambling and all kinds of I'm not saying you were involved, Alex, but
No, but my friend did make a lot of money off of me, so I might be able to contact them when we get a little bit closer.
if you have any favors to pull, now's the time. On that note, get some rest. We're arriving soon.
You all will have a small dropship to carry you and 3 mechs, basically.
So curiously, like, is it expected that we have mechs, or like, what's the?
You can. I mean, it's Charybdis. Anybody could show up.
That's true. Fair enough.
With anything.
Yeah,
whether
I was
they maintain
wondering.
control of what they bring with them is a secondary thought.
Please don't steal our babies.
That sounds fun.
Please don't let pirates steal our babies.
So you said 3. So
Well,
we need to choose which 3.
no, you can make 4. Sorry, you can do
Okay.
it.
I was about to say.
Yeah, it could fit 4. You know, it's a dropship.
All right, so I think kind of the last night it would be a plan of attack or approach, and kind of like appointing like folks that would lead up. So I think Calyx and or Leo and Lightning would go and do something related to the market and trying to find this ransomware shit. And Watcher and I would kind of play diversion, or whatever we need to do to make sure that those two don't get, intervened and like are able to get what we need. I don't know. Does that align with kind of how things work here in Charybdis?
Going on an official diplomatic mission, which means that we are going to go and meet with the Queen first.
Okay. Okay, so it's all of us would go together to start, and then we could do like folks going to the market and other folks doing other things if necessary. Cool.
Last thing, in the truth of the matter is the last thing that Seamus needs and we need is having either the battalion or them get into some sort of diplomatic violent quagmire while Seamus is trying to maintain independence as well as grow power. Everyone knows this, but at the same time, they're power-hungry pirates, so there's a knife's edge we're walking. So we have to appeal to what makes sense.
And before we left, did we determine what we were bringing the Queen?
No, we haven't, which means I have to likely part with things.
I mean, you have a bunch of people who have a lot of things that they can get.
It could be a favor that we, instead
You
of
do
you
not
giving
want
No,
to
we did
owe
not.
the Queen.
no,
a
not
favor.
no, more like we could potentially, well, it was just an idea of using the favor with Calyx's friend, potentially.
Do not want to owe the Queen any favors.
No, not the Queen a favor. To get something that the Queen wants.
If it's already on Charybdis, if the Queen wants it, she already has it.
That's fair.
I wasn't joking. If we managed to have just a random noble lying around that we could just give them to ransom, I'm serious. Uh,
Oh, Leo, such a shame. Your brother-in-law's on Earth.
I know. Should have been the perfect opportunity.
To get rid of him, yes.
Oh, what a missed opportunity. I knew we should have kept him on the ship.
Well, he was never
Yep.
on the ship.
Nah, we could have brought him on the ship.
Yeah, use some
Never
K's
too late.
special concoction. We call it Special K.
Oh my gosh, I was dropping those K cups. We I mean,
Is it K-pop? Is that what it's called? K-pop?
I mean, what kind of things could we possibly leverage with the queen?
there are things that I can part with, but I'd rather not.
I mean, you keep saying things. Be
It-
a little more
Yeah,
specific
what,
here.
what is
I
what's
really shouldn't.
what's considered
Well-
a good
Exactly.
gift?
Well, I was going to try and bring this up in a more gentle fashion, but I think it's
What?
the pain talking, plus the fact that we're going to be doing this rather quickly. Lightning, Rex, how do I put this? How attached are you to your parents?
Well, consider my father had recently tried to kill me.
That's why I'm asking. I figured I could at least broach the question.
So
But how do we...
what does that mean, Watcher? Exactly.
What does that gain us?
We don't have them. We can't. How? What?
We don't necessarily need to have them. The fact of the matter is, they were at least seemingly part of a greater Earth conspiracy, and that sort of political information, as well as identities, last known whereabouts, likely associates, etc., can buy a good bit.
In practice, this is a reminder. What was the name of that cult? There was a name of that organization. I'm trying to remember it because
What?
It's
The
the one that my parents, or my father at least, was involved in heavily.
Gaians.
Okay.
No, it was like a cross Gaian and corporate space group that were trying to embed themselves into like high society.
Yeah, the Gaians.
That was just the Gaians?
No, the
I thought
circle.
it was
The circle.
the
Sorry.
circle.
The
That's
circle,
what it
yeah.
was. Yes, the circle.
Yeah. Watcher. I mean,
Well, information is definitely the most valuable currency to someone that has everything they could physically, materialistically.
I mean, stuff hasn't been good. I haven't wanted to speak with them for years, but I am.
That's why I asked instead of just doing things.
Also, there's going to be a certain degree of. Rex doesn't have to worry about this, but whatever information could get back to me or Xavier. You know.
But what if we simply offered information about the circle, not implicating our family?
Names, places, dates, times, movements. This
We
is
have some
how
of
you.
that.
We have, at best, the lightest of intel. And
And,
I agree with that.
Watcher, I know this is value info, but what do you expect they're going to do when they have this information? I mean, I don't get along with any of my family, but I do have brothers and sisters still that live with them, that are still involved with them. I don't necessarily, as much as I have issues with my parents, I don't want them to get involved more so
Most-
if they're
likely thing that the queen would use it for. And it's what she would whether she would find the information important enough to move up the chain to Seamus, or whether she decided to just keep it to herself. In which case, either way, most likely thing is either A, sell the information to the corpse, which will then use for their own intelligence services, and that could lead to any number of places. Or she would do homework, seeing just how wealthy and connected your parents are, and possibly just simply blackmail. Those are the two most likely options.
Yes, I'm thinking that whether or not this information is worth her time, or you can always incentivize someone, sell it to be a bit more than what it is.
I'm good with certain things, and I have also met this woman before. If I am keeping things from her that would be part of the deal, she'll know.
Another question. This one, since we're going to be using knowledge of my parents as leverage.
We haven't said agreed to it yet. We're just asking.
But
What about?
But I am bringing this up. If I'm going, should I be going as their daughter?
She might find it amusing. It's not the first time someone who has sold family. This is Charybdis. Like that's not a thing. And if, like the entire idea of possibly, her turning around and deciding to hold you hostage.
Yes, that's what I'm.
No, you're not valuable enough.
Don't want to go home.
The greatest value you have.
That makes me feel great. Good. Thanks.
The greatest value you have right now, especially in her eyes, would be to send a message either to your parents or more likely to our captain. And that wouldn't be hostage taking. That would be taking your hand.
How valuable would it be to have?
Yeah, I would generally like.
How valuable would it be to have Calix's brother-in-law?
The twerp?
And offer him up. That doesn't involve the family and gets rid of a thorn in our side.
He is more valuable in person. The fact that he made so many series of mistakes already and got found out that easily, I'd be surprised if his misdeeds and escapades haven't already made their way to Charybdis. It is most likely that his petty ambitions have already made it all the way out here. It is the person himself, because of the value he holds to the individuals he is connected to, that give that man any value.
Well, it seems like we have a decision to make.
You don't have to say yes. There are other things that I can give. It's going to make things very unpleasant.
I don't see any way that what we've already discussed isn't potentially unpleasant. That said, what is it? So, Prax, I guess question for you is, because this is kind of reminding ourselves of also what we were up to last season, um, with the space battle and the people that we fought. There were some people that had some high value that we knew or that we learned information about. I'm trying to remember if any of that could be applicable or valuable to Corinthus.
You mean Cassandra?
Was it Cassandra?
Well,
I think you're right.
she
I
was
think
the
it was
one
Cassandra.
involved in the battle.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Currently dating Xavier at Pope's ex. Yep. Okay. That lines up. Trying to kill us.
That's true. She did. You could roll streetwise to see if there's anything you have immediately available.
That could... Okay. Oops. Where's... There it is. I'm gonna toss in another 17.
Lots of 17s. Watcher is not wrong. The information about your parents being circle spies who are that high ranked in corp space would be worth money.
Yeah.
Messer himself would only really be valuable in person. However, he's the rumors about his bad acts have kind of slowed down and aren't as popular. More people right now are talking about the great archaeology that he's opening in Glasgow. Making Scotland a habitable portion of the planet again is.
Oops, sorry.
You could either. You do know that there's the data on the mechs that you can't identify might be useful.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, what's so streetwise, what would be the implications if we were to give up my parents? Like, how would that impact? Like, is there a ripple effect?
Streetwise, that would be you rolling spycraft.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Because that's a different. This was to determine what she might value.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is what.
There's a spycraft.
Not spycraft.
Oh, is that a skill?
Yeah, it's not spycraft.
Where is it?
It's
where is it? It's
it's not tech abilities.
It would probably be. Yeah, go with either strategy or tactics here.
Got it. Okay.
To extrapolate out from.
Okay. Oh, I only got a 13. I'm skilled at this. But I was gonna.
You can kind of go, okay, well, they're deep cover spies who've been in corp space for a long period of time. Their life expectancy is dropping significantly. And Lightning's concerned about her siblings and your siblings is not inherently wrong. I mean, they're all right, because you have to remember, Lightning is the youngest. So the rest are all of age, but they still live at home with their parents. So corps would, spies, counter-espionage would be, the question would be, okay, you're living with your parents. Your parents are spies and you didn't know about this. Okay, so maybe when you were kids it could have been one way, but the fact that they're all adults.
Yeah.
Now it's, why didn't you know about this? Why are they spies too? Which would also lead to the point of, your brother is, just not for the circle.
Okay, so I feel like...
Well, Xavier is. You don't know about your other brothers and sisters.
That's true. what? Okay, so just to give it to the, I think Rex would bring up the data that we have as an alternative to the family, and then like start up that conversation of like as an option. Here's something that we could offer. We don't know what it's about, but it could be valuable to her. And for player context again, because just to like recap what that was, what we know about it, it was something that we retrieved from the battle. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, from
And the scans that you made.
of the Crispian or Crispin or whatever his name is.
No, we're dealing with stealth technology.
The
Oh,
stealth,
that's right.
Gates. Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
and the stealth technology and the alloy that you just couldn't identify from when you were in the mechs.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I mean, we have a couple of options. I get where you're coming from, Lightning. It feels bad to implicate our parents in this, but well, we've been a bit estranged from them, and I suspect Mother will be fine. She'll find a way to get out of whatever situation happens.
I need a deception roll on that one.
Deception.
Yes.
Is this a
This is persuasion and
is this
fast
a
talk.
contested?
Yeah, this would be a contested human perception and okay, fine.
Persuasion, fast talk?
I will let you fast talk out of this. I will let you
Okay.
fast talk out of this. But it's you're lying, and you know you're lying.
Yeah.
Lying. This is.
Ooh.
How does it feel to follow the tradition of lying to your sister? The family
Hey.
tradition of lying to your sister.
Hey,
Feel.
it's to protect my sister.
Haven't heard that before ever. Haven't heard that in 2 days.
It's an anime trope, you know. We're just leaning into it.
Ooh. Ooh.
No.
Is there anything of value that Leo would know that wouldn't jeopardize legal proceedings happening at the moment towards the what are they, the messers? What are the messers?
Oh.
Nothing you could do, nothing you could offer up that wouldn't. That I mean, like you could talk about the fact that the legal proceedings are about to become public knowledge, so there's no value in the legal proceedings of themselves. There's no value in the, talking about the details of what's going on. That might cause further problems. And part of the problem is, remember, Alex's name is on all of those documents.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like I've been staring at my notes being like, is there any way I could spin this that would not A, hurt any future lawsuits, and B, not implicate Alex?
There's no way to get both of those.
Yeah.
You could get one or the other, but maybe
Not
if
both.
you roll well enough. But at the moment, no.
So it's between mysterious data, family ties. Actually, in both cases, it's that.
All
It is.
cases. Everything.
Yeah, in all cases, family ties and mysterious data.
I mean, this is your side of things. I mean, if we need to, we need to. I mean, this is on. I mean, after all, this is on them, and you know this stuff more than I do.
It's a risk.
I trust you, brother.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to remember now, like kind of where we left off with the data. I know
You haven't been able to do anything
we
with
haven't been
it
able to crack it or do anything with it.
because that was part of the reason you brought back those pieces of Gundam
Yeah.
from that Leo and Lightning brought back
Yeah,
to
is to try to understand it and like and see if we could decipher the tech,
Mhm. I mean,
material composition, all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So what we'd be offering is a copy of that data, potentially.
You could even possibly offer some of the metal itself. Because you
True.
did get a couple big pieces that are sitting in your flight deck.
Yeah. What do you all? I'm just gonna like as players. What do you all think of that? We can talk about it in character, but I just wanted to kind of get an idea of where people want to go with this.
Sell the parents.
Sell the
Tell the parents?
Sell
So,
the information. As
character-wise-
a player, sell the information. I like it.
As a person, I would love to see the messiness and the drama of the parents.
Okay.
As
Okay.
as a player, I'm totally, or as a character, I'd be totally okay with doing the information,
Okay.
the mech stuff.
Watcher could possibly, though with difficulty, be swayed for the bits of metal and the information.
Okay.
But his first instinct was the parents.
Family. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm,
It was
mhm.
that was like that was the in his mind. I hate saying this. In his mind, it's the safest option.
Oh man.
I mean, this is. Juicy.
I mean, I think it's juicy, and I'm for it. So I think Rex says, then let's say goodbye to father.
I mean, I did that years ago, but if you think it's right, if you think it's the right call.
Our family's been through worse.
Which is a brilliant point, and we're going to fade away. To a small, dark space. There's a slide and a crack. Light pours in through the crack. You hear a voice. You know, I honestly didn't think any of you would come. I wonder if the rest are going to be here. We'll have to see. Make yourself comfortable. You're not going anywhere anytime soon. And the light dims and goes away. And that's where we're going to end our first episode of Season 2, Starblade Battalion Seeds. How we doing, everybody? How we feeling?
We had some laughs. We had some drama. We got some jabs in for the broken watcher.
Oh,
Who
Oh,
won't
that
be
gives me a
broken
great
at the end of
idea.
by the beginning of next session, though.
What's that?
physically, though.
He
Yeah.
won't have any mechanical penalties anymore at the
Oh, that's
beginning of
true.
next session.
That's true.
But emotionally.
Emotionally.
Yeah, yeah, emotionally. That was good. That was good. I enjoyed.
Yes.
It was good to get back into the characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really came back to me about halfway through the session. I was like, I remember this character.
Yep.
Sometimes that's how things work. But we're going to go around, let everybody tell you where you can find you, do your shill, cast, go ahead and drop any links you want in the chat, share some love, And I have a question for each of you. Who do you most think is in that room? So we're gonna start with PB. Hello, PB. How you doing?
Hello. I am doing well. I'm very excited to be back in on this, and I'm excited to see what shenanigans we especially get into as the season proceeds. Because if this first episode is anything, whoo, we have a season ahead of us. I am PB. You can find me at PB Plays Inside on Twitter and most social medias. Right now I'm on a bit of hiatus, but if you would like to see what I have coming up, feel free to follow me on Twitter. It's where I'm most active. And who do I think is in that room? I have no fucking clue who's in that room. I'm excited to find out though.
And share love.
Love.
Yeah.
Like example being like who spotlight someone of like you did a really cool thing,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Who do you think? Who do you think? Share some love with the cast. If something you enjoyed, something you.
Oh, the way Lynn played Vantage and during that hallway scene, where we were just ribbing on Vantage, that was truly and really just to talk about those cameras in an inconspicuous way, but it turned into such a great scene, and I'm so happy about it.
Always a good time. Always a good time. Which leads me to ping it over to Lynn. Lynn, hey, how you doing? How's Vantage doing? Share some love and who do you think's in that room?
Vantage is uneasy. Vantage is a pilot. She is not meant for like whatever the hell they're sending her on, espionage / diplomacy. She hasn't been that many places that weren't a vacation. This should be interesting. I'm sorry if she's gonna get in trouble, Airline, for just like being whatever. Yeah. Oh, I would. Worst case scenario. It's our friggin' pirate queen. I'm afraid that would make me very. That make our lives complicated.
Which room is this?
The one at the end.
Yeah, I know, but like, oh man.
No,
I'm
we
trying
have
to
no
think.
clue.
Okay.
So yeah, share your love and where we can find you, Lynn. All the good stuff.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh god, I love just tired, worn out watcher is just a delight. Just the coming back, just ghosts and like physical pain are just like dogging the poor guy. I feel like, and just like playing that tiredness. Yes. It's probably gonna get way worse for him. Poor.
The old dog, the old guard.
Oh, he's only 30. This is that pure anime rules. He's like, we're calling old men. He's only 30. It hurts me. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, life expectancy of pilots aren't that high. So it's
God, no.
True.
Oh,
yeah, so it's kind of like once you get to a certain ripe age as a pilot, you're kind of like, you're the old guard, buddy.
I mean, to be fair, by the relationships, it's a long 30.
It's true.
Mine.
Also, if cryogenic, like if you're cryogenically frozen for a bit, and going deep space, you can be 30, but like you're from like 100 years ago.
Oh yeah. Oof.
So where can we find you, Lynn? All that good stuff.
You can find me at Gremlin Art, where I have all my art and what I'm doing throughout the week, including next time you'll see me will be I think on Tuesday for Eualia on the amphitheater, where you get to play a Redwall game, and our cute little critters are just had a submitted tree ant. Our GM gave us a tree ant, and we used that to smush a rat man. So that was. And then on Wednesdays you can catch me on Fall Black Cats for with our murder parents with Pope here, who are terrifying, scary spies that we had a charity game last week, and we made a very, very, very good case for not having force feedback like bodysuits. That's pretty much it.
All right. And then directly underneath Lynn, hey Eddie, how you doing? Share some love.
Hi.
And who you think in that room?
Oh man. Well, I'm Eddie Freeman, as I said at the start. Just to get this out of the way, I'm Pixel Knitter on most of the places on the internet. Most active on Twitter. So, if I'm doing anything that's not like software tech related, because I also work in my day job as a software engineer, building mobile apps for cool stuff. But you can find out more of that on socials. Yeah, I've still playing in ongoing game of BattleTech, Destinies, uh, blended with Pendragon and a little bit of Game of Thrones family legacy rules. So it's a fun time. We're playing nobles that we're about to do a time. We've been talking about doing a time jump. So like our kids are going to be taking over as the pilots and things like that. It's very interesting times. But yeah, you can catch us new episodes on Sunday on YouTube. If you're part of AP Gaming Reels Patreon, you get them a week early. But that's where you're going to be catching me these days on the internets, other than here. And yeah, who's in that goddamn room? Look, honestly, if Xavier somehow is in that room, I'm going to be like, bro, what are you into?
That would be a very interesting conversation.
Yeah. And literally, bro. And then I don't know, like getting back into this, I love the fact that we were kind of recalling, like each one of us had like this recollection moment of, oh right, my character did this in the past, and like each of us called each other out on like old moments. I thought that was a really great way of like kind of getting back into the character. So I just want to give props to everyone for making that happen. Love it.
Always good, always good. And last but never least, hey Pope, how are you? How are you doing? Share some love, and who do you think's in that room?
I'm screaming internally. First, a quick aside for all of our BattleTech fans. Comstar, pay your bills. And,
Oh man, we had a Comstar blackout. It was not fun.
Yeah, Comstar, pay your bills. But yeah, no. First the business, then the pleasure. Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. If you want to see more of this ridiculous face, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Coming up incredibly shortly, 9 p.m. Eastern over on Valdran's channel, you can see me playing someone who is surprisingly less morally compromised than Watcher, as I get back with our favorite reformed devil, as we get down the apocalypse and Defiant, the Trail of the Dead. Then for something completely different, Sunday, 3 p.m., our penultimate episode of Pugmire, What Lies Buried. If you enjoy Redwall, yeah, definitely check out Lynn's game. But if you like something else in that vein, do come and join us. It's family friendly, high heroic good times, and it's bright and fun, and it's something special because it doesn't play like anything else. Also, it's a wonderful system that you can teach your kids. Like it's a 5e sort of simplified, and it doesn't lie to you. The highest level you ever get is 10. So, no, definitely come tune in for that. And then Wednesdays, it's more Disaster Spies over on Follow Black Cats at 2 p.m. Eastern, with the spy game Hexcrawl. There's a lot of violence there, and we have to escape the Royal Navy. That's a problem. Yeah, then come back here on Right, there's Thursdays. I forget how busy I am. Uh, Thursdays, critical misses, 8 p.m. Eastern. See me back in the GM seat for Masks, Advanced Studies, young heroes in terrible circumstances. Fae are involved. Giant possum. They got themselves trapped in Avalon. It's a bad time, but it's very interesting. Also, one of their possible arch nemesis got seduced by Queen Titania. That's not going to have bad ramifications at all. So tune in for that, and then be back here on Saturdays to check. Well, every other Saturday, as it were. Check out more of this. As for theories, there are so many individuals who she could have been speaking to. Could be Duncan, could be Xavier, could be one of the brothers, would be a family member of that isn't Xavier for both Vantage and Rowan. It could be any number of those individuals, or it could even be someone from either Corp or Guy in Space. There's so many.
Crossing my fingers for Lorian. Crossing my fingers.
Cassandra.
Could be Cassandra.
No, it's not Cassandra. It is more likely that it was Cassandra speaking to the person locked up, but I'm fairly certain that was the Queen. So yeah, no, it's a bad time. It's gonna be a terribly bad time, and right now, my money, because she said them, is most likely on Xavier, which upsets me. And
Why does that upset you?
so many reasons.
Okay. We'll
Rescue,
find out.
rescue him. Rescue him. Good.
As I quickly stepped back into this character and am reminded swiftly that he was trying to get away from who he was, and this is doing the exact opposite. And that's bad. So yeah. As for love, I adore how Calyx has been dealing with all this freaking nonsense. Just so done with all of us. Whether it's still loving Socket, even though I've been drugged twice. And just trying to subtly point out the cameras, but also being Calyx about it. So it was a good time to come back with the group, have those laughs, have those memories, and then see what terrible trouble we're all going to get into. Terrible trouble I am greatly looking forward to. And thank you all for being here. We're live VOD, YouTube, but story is nothing without its audience. You are much part of this as we are. Take care of yourselves, one another, and see you soon.
See you soon is right, but it is also important to say, hey y'all, you know me, I'm at Dirgedon on Twitter, or Praxagorthesmia4, you see me around here on Twitch. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you've missed out, the VOD will be up on YouTube tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, we are going to be back at 8 p.m. Eastern for more Witcher Roads Home, because somebody got given gifts last week. Or actually, everybody got given gifts last week. It was great. They were not necessarily gifts everybody wanted, but they were great gifts. and more drama and possible secrets and possible plans that have never been unearthed. It's lots of things had come out in all of the good things. And then on Tuesday, I'll be back for some more video game shenaniganery. We're doing. I'm trying to do Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We are laughing at the hilarity of when I die. It's fine.
That game is very skill based. So heavily skill based.
How many ponchos have you found?
4 or 5.
It's all
I'm
ponchos.
really early in the game. It's fine.
It's all ponchos.
It's all the ponchos. It's fine. I mean, like, I'm having fun with it. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. And then we'll be back again. But Saturday, so Mechton. I am a crazy person and I love you all and I want to have more Mechton because, you know, this is a world that has many different viewpoints.
Oh,
And so far we've only seen one viewpoint. We're gonna see a couple more viewpoints in next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern with a secondary squad from a different faction in this world. And you'll find out more about that on Saturday. So Team Starblade is every other Saturday at 4:30. And then Team Other Faction is the alternating Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Just obfuscating the fact of which faction they are. I get it. You're like, you know, I'm gonna let these players figure out how they're fucking up with those players.
Exactly. It's going to be fun. And I'm just going to be having all the fun times. Look, I'm going to have all the fun. But you should also all have fun. And I thank you all for being here and hanging out and coming to see us. We should send some love and a raid because, you know, that's a thing we can do, right? We can do that. We can do that. But no one is... well, hold on. No, actually, Cyberpunk Uncensored is up. Cybernation Uncensored, excuse me. They're doing some work on their cyberpunk stuff. And we love all the Telstorian games, so here we go. We're just going to go over and raid them and send them some love. Have yourselves a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.